Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel The Code Studio. In the last video, we saw how to delete the rows in a table. Let us now look at how to change the structure of a table. If I run select star command now on the table, we can see that the table has 5 columns and each column has a column name and a column type. Adding or deleting a column or changing this column name or this type on adding constraint is called changing the structure of table. So, to change the structure of the table, we will be using alter command. Let us look at this presentation. So the syntax of this alter command goes like this. We will write alter table and then write the table name. Then we will specify the action. Actions can be broadly classified into 3 parts. One will be actions on column, which will include adding, deleting, modifying or renaming a column. Or it can be on constraints, which can be include adding or deleting a constraint, or you can add or delete an index. So let us first look at how to add or delete a column. To add a column, we will write alter table and then the table name, then type add and then write the column name and then specify the data type of that column name. So let's go to the PG admin interface. Here we will type alter table, then we'll give our table name in which we want to add a new column. Then we will write add and we'll give the column name as test column and the data type for this column will be varchar. So now select this command and run it. As you can see, it has run successfully and now we will see our table and we'll refresh it. Here you can see that at the end of the table we have a new column called test column and it has that particular data type that we specified, which is variable characters. Okay, so this is how we add a column in our table. Now let us delete this column using the delete command. So let us look at the syntax first. Here as you can see, we first type alter table name, then we write drop and then the column name. We can also write drop column and then specify the column name. So let us try these 2 variants. So here we'll just copy this command and instead of add we will write here drop and we'll remove this varchar. Now select this query and run it. It has written successfully and now refresh your table. And as you can see, the last column has been deleted. Next, we will look at how to modify a column. So what can we change in a column? We can change the data type that column will be containing. If earlier age is an integer type of column, we can change that data type to variable characters. So the syntax for that will be alter table name, and then alter column and column name. And then you can specify the new data type for that column. Let us go and change the data type of each column from integer to variable characters. So the syntax for changing the data type of the column is first we write alter table, then we'll write the table name, then we will write alter column. Here we have mentioned the column name. After this we will write type keyword and we will give the new data type for this column, which is varchar. So to remove this under quotes. Now select this command and run it. So as you can see, it has written successfully. Now we refresh our database. As you can see, the age column has changed its data type from integer to character. Now if you want to rename any particular column, say for example, we have email ID column here. If you want to rename to customer email, how to do that? So let us look at this syntax. So to rename a column, this is the syntax. Alter table, mention the table name, then write rename column. First you will write the column name, the old name. Then we'll write the keyword to and then you specify the new column name. So let us go and change the name of our email ID column. So just copy this command and paste it, and instead of alter we'll write rename column, we'll write the old name of the column, which is email ID, and we want to change it to customer email. We'll write customer email. Now select this query and run it. So it has run successfully. Now we'll see our table and we'll refresh it. As you can see, our email ID column has renamed to customer email. Now let us look at how to add or delete a constraint. So till now we did not have any constraint on any of the columns. If I want to add a constraint such as my first name or the customer ID can't be null, so that whenever I am getting the data entered from any source, my database checks and confirm that it is conforming to the specified constraint. So to do that, we will need to add that particular constraint to our table. And to add that constraint, this is the syntax. Alter table, table name, then we will write alter column, then column name, and then we will write the keyword set and we will specify the constraint name. Here we have typed not null. So this is the particular column can't be null. So whenever you will be inserting data into any particular column, this column must have some value. If it is not having any value, it will give an error. So let us go and run this query. Again copy this command and we'll provide customer ID column and we'll change, and here we'll write set not null. Now select this command and run it. This is successful. Now let us try to insert value where customer ID is missing. So we will insert into customer table. We need to specify the column name and it will start with first name, last name, age and email ID. Don't forget to write the new column name of email ID, which is customer email. So here our query has been completed with new values. So select this command and run it. So as you can see, we have received an error which is showing that failing row contains null. So our first column can't contain null value, which violates the not null constraint. This is the constraint we applied earlier. Now if I want to remove this constraint, how to remove this particular constraint? So let us go and check the syntax first. Here we will write first alter table, table name, then we will write alter column. We provide the column name from which we want to remove our constraint, and after that we will write, instead of set we will write drop, and then we will write the constraint name, which is not null. So this will drop the constraint of not null. So let us run this. Now instead of this set we will write drop over here. Now select this query and run it. And after this, if you will run this insert query, it will return successfully. And if you see in our table, refresh it, you can see we are having a new record in our table which is having a null value in its customer ID. So if you remember, we also discussed that there is a constraint named check. If you want to put the check on the value that any particular column is containing, so let us now add a constraint whether the customer ID value can't be less than 0. So it cannot be negative. So we will add a constraint that the value should be greater than or equal to 1. So here we will add our constraint. So to add the constraint, we will write alter table, then table name, and then we will write add constraint keywords, and after that we specify the column name, and then we will write the keyword check, which is our constraint name, and inside our brackets we'll write the column name, and here we are checking the condition that every customer ID value should be a non-negative number. So select this query and run it. So it has written successfully. Now let us insert a new record where we have provided our customer ID as negative number. So select this query and run it. So as you can see, we are getting an error because it is showing that row contains negative value, which violates our check constraint. We discussed primary and foreign key earlier also, and in the later part of our series, you will find another separate video on primary and foreign keys. So let us add this constraint of primary key and foreign key on our table. So first let us look at the syntax. So to make a column a primary key, this is the syntax. Alter table, table name, then we'll write the keyword add primary key and then the column name. So if we go and make our customer ID our primary key, we will write alter table, table name, add primary key and the column name. So this will make customer ID our primary key. Now select this query and run it. So you can see that we are getting an error message which is saying column customer ID contains null value. Therefore, what we will do is we will delete the row which has the null value and then we will make it the primary key. So now delete from the customer table. So if you remember, this we did in the previous video. How to delete the row from a table? We will not put any condition. We will clean the table. So we will just write delete from customer table. Select this and run it. This will make our table completely empty. And after this, we will run our primary key query. Now our query has run successfully. Now using this insert into command, let us insert a record in our table. So as you can see, it ran successfully because it is now a primary key. So to make any particular column as a foreign key, we have given a syntax here. So to make any particular column as a foreign key, we have given a syntax here. This presentation will be part of our resources in the description box. I will suggest that you open this presentation, look at the syntax and try to do it on your own. So in this video, we have learned how to change the structure of the table. So now it is time to master all the commands of data querying. So see you in the next video and thanks for watching.